Samsara and Nirvana are fundamental concepts in Buddhism. Samsara represents the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. It is characterized by suffering, impermanence, and dissatisfaction. Nirvana, on the other hand, is the ultimate goal of Buddhism. It is the state of liberation from suffering and the cycle of samsara. Nirvana is often described as a state of peace, bliss, and enlightenment. It is important to understand that samsara and nirvana are not separate realms. They are two sides of the same coin, two aspects of the same reality. Just as a coin has two sides, our existence can be experienced in two ways. We can experience life through the lens of our desires, attachments, and ignorance, which leads to suffering. This is samsara. Or we can experience life with wisdom, compassion, and mindfulness, which leads to liberation. This is nirvana. The relationship between samsara and nirvana can be understood through the metaphor of sleep. Imagine our waking life as samsara, a state of constant activity, thoughts, and emotions. When we fall asleep, we enter a different state of consciousness. In this state, we experience dreams. Dreams can be vivid, intense, and feel very real. However, when we wake up, we realize that they were just illusions. This state of dreaming can be compared to samsara. We are caught in a cycle of desires and attachments that we mistake for reality. However, there is another state of sleep, dreamless sleep. In this state, there are no thoughts, no images, no sense of self. There is just pure, undisturbed awareness. This state of dreamless sleep can be compared to nirvana. It is a state of peace, tranquility, and liberation from the illusions of the mind. Just as we cycle through different stages of sleep throughout the night, we also move between samsara and nirvana throughout our lives. It is important to note that samsara and nirvana are not separate destinations. They are interconnected states of being. Just as we cannot have dreamless sleep without first experiencing dreams, we cannot reach nirvana without first understanding and transcending samsara. The experiences we have in samsara, both positive and negative, provide valuable lessons that can lead us towards enlightenment. It is through our suffering that we develop compassion, through our attachments that we learn about impermanence, and through our ignorance that we cultivate wisdom. Nirvana is not an escape from reality, but rather a deeper understanding of it. It is the realization that all things are interconnected and impermanent. By recognizing this truth, we can let go of our attachments and find true peace and liberation. In essence, samsara and nirvana are not two separate realities, but two different ways of experiencing the same reality. Just as the same water can be perceived as ice, liquid, or vapor depending on the temperature, our existence can be experienced as samsara or nirvana depending on our state of mind. The key to liberation is to cultivate wisdom, compassion, and mindfulness in our daily lives. By doing so, we can gradually transform our experience of samsara and move towards the peace and freedom of nirvana. Remember, the path to enlightenment is not about escaping from the world, but about transforming our relationship to it.